The next morning, the rain had stopped. Keanu rode with Riko on a simple electric bike through the city to a large greenhouse-like center in Brooklyn, the Center for Dignity Restoration, quietly supported by Keanu for years. Inside were skill classes, a cafeteria, dorms, and a team of psychological counselors. If you really want to start over, this is where it begins. I won't force you, but if you choose this path, I won't let you walk it alone. Riko entered with a heavy heart. The first day was a barrage of paperwork, interviews, medical checks, but he did them, all because for the first time, someone believed in him. The following weeks were a blend of struggle and hope, from learning computer skills and software design to social communication. Riko often felt like giving up, but every night a message would arrive. You okay? Kay? Keanu never preached, never interfered. He just reminded Riko that he deserved happiness and that even a thief on a rainy night could write a brand new chapter. 3 months later, Riko was officially accepted as a junior intern at a nonprofit tech startup specializing in community welfare platform. On his first day, he pitched an idea simple but close to his heart: a mobile app that connects the homeless with nearby food shelters, counseling services, and temporary housing. The team approved it. That evening, Riko invited Keanu back to Tonkotsu Hideaway. This time, he paid. I still don't get it, Riko said, stirring his noodles, eyes moist. Why'd you help me when you could have just walked away? Keanu leaned back, watching steam rise from his bowl. Because someone once did the same for me, and because now I get to watch you do it for others. He smiled gently, then added, and because the world needs reminders that kindness works. As they finished the meal, Keanu placed a hand on Riko's shoulder. If one day everything crashes again, remember you've climbed out of worse. Just don't forget how. And with that, a life that once spiraled toward oblivion became a beacon for others still lost in the dark. A month passed, then 2. Riko's hands, once trembling from hunger and cold, now moved with purpose across a laptop keyboard. The center had become more than shelter, it had become a forge. Every class, every task was a strike reshaping who he was. But there was one thing that never left his mind: the app, the one he had dreamed of back in college. An app that would connect homeless people to shelters, job training, mental health services, and most importantly, someone to talk to. One rainy evening, as drops danced on the rooftop of the center, Keanu showed up again. No entourage, just him, in a hoodie and sneakers, with a small umbrella he didn't use. Riko was in the computer lab. He looked up, startled. Keanu gave a half smile. Heard you've been busy. Riko stood, heart suddenly unsure how to react. I've been working on something. Keanu sat next to him, water still clinging to his sleeves. Show me. And Riko did. He opened a rudimentary but working prototype, simple, clean, intuitive. It allowed a person to pinpoint their location and instantly receive a list of nearby support options: food banks, beds for the night, emergency therapy chat lines. It even had a human talk feature, a place where volunteers could sign up to call or message those in need, not as professionals, but simply as kind voices in the dark. It's still rough, Riko mumbled, but I just kept thinking about how I wish someone had answered when I was, Keanu looked at the screen for a long moment. Then, softly, what's it called? Umbrella, Riko said. Because sometimes all you need is someone to stand with you in the rain. The silence that followed wasn't awkward, it was reverent. Then Keanu leaned back, folded his arms, and asked, what would it take to finish it? Riko hesitated. A development team, funding, legal clearances, security protocols. Maybe months, maybe years. Keanu smiled gently. You've got me. And I've got some friends who care about this world more than their paychecks. That weekend, in a quiet corner of Brooklyn, a meeting took place: designers, coders, social workers, mental health advocates. Riko stood nervously at the front, explaining his vision while Keanu sat quietly in the back, watching, not leading, not commanding, but standing with. They asked questions. Riko answered. They gave feedback. Riko took notes. That night, Keanu handed Riko a small slip of paper. Call this number. Her name's Eliza. She's a UX designer who used to be homeless. She'll understand the soul of what you're building. And so, the weeks turned into blueprints. Code lines became lifelines. The app grew not in silence, but in purpose. Volunteers came in waves. Testers included real people from shelters across the city. New York never sleeps at night. Car lights, horns, and lonely footsteps blend into a gray symphony of a city full of opportunities and traps. A light drizzle fell from the sky, just enough to wet your shoulders and add a chilling bite to the skin. On the famous Fifth Avenue, where luxury brands like Prada and Gucci line the streets, people still rush past one another without so much as a backward glance. In a shadowy corner of that street, Riko huddled in a worn, tattered coat. His thin face was streaked with mud, and his eyes were dark from countless sleepless nights. The wind blew cold and heavy with the scent of gasoline, but it couldn't drown out the growling of his empty stomach. Riko had once been a tech student at a community college. He dreamed of building an app that would connect the homeless with social support services. But everything crumbled when his father died of late-stage cancer, and his mother disappeared into depression without a word. He couldn't afford tuition, was evicted from the dorms, and fell straight into the pit of society, homeless, jobless, starving. Tonight, hunger stripped away his sense of morality. He had been watching the man from across the street in a cafe, tall, wearing a long black coat and a low-brimmed cap that almost hid his face. The man stepped out, pulled out his phone to make a call, spoke in a deep, calm voice, then tucked it into his coat pocket. "One snatch, and it's done," Riko whispered, clenching his fist to stay calm. "Run into the alley, disappear. Sell that phone at least $200. He didn't know that the man was Keanu Reeves. To him, it was just someone with something valuable, and he was desperate. As the man stopped at a traffic light, Riko crept out from the shadows, weaving between parked cars. His heart pounded wildly, like a beast about to pounce. Just a few steps more. Now! Riko lunged, snatched the phone, and bolted. But he only took 3 steps before something swept lightly against his ankle knot, hard enough to injure, but precise enough to topple him. He fell into a puddle, soaked and sore. A figure loomed behind him. No one screamed. No threats, no call to the police. "That's not the way, kid," the man's deep, sad voice echoed. Riko looked up. Under the dim streetlight, rain running down his face, stood Keanu Reeves. Not just the famous actor, but a man whose eyes didn't carry anger, just a deep human sorrow. Keanu crouched down. No arrogance, no menace. "Give me back my phone, then have dinner with me." Riko thought he misheard. He froze, heart racing, but his hands moved as if hypnotized, trembling as he handed back the phone. Keanu took it, pocketed it, then offered a hand. "Get up, there's a great noodle shop down the street. My treat." And just like that in the rain, a thief and a movie hero walked into a little noodle shop where another story waited to unfold. The noodle shop was called Tonkotsu Hidawaiian, unassuming place wedged between 2 tall buildings. Inside, warm yellow lights glowed, and the savory scent of pork broth filled the air. It wasn't crowded. A few recognized Keanu, but only nodded respectfully. No one rushed for autographs. This was his regular spot, and people here respected that. Riko sat across from him, soaked and stunned. He couldn't understand why Keanu didn't call the cops, why he'd buy dinner for someone who tried to rob him. "What's your name?" Keanu asked, voice calm and warm. "Riko, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were..." "Doesn't matter who I am. I just want to understand why someone your age would do that." Riko looked down, hands clenched. A bowl of noodles was placed before him. The aroma made his stomach twist. He opened his mouth to speak, but Keanu gestured gently. "Eat first, then talk." Riko didn't hesitate. He ate like he hadn't eaten in days, tears running down as the hot broth slid down his throat. Keanu sat quietly, eating slowly, as if giving Riko time to catch his breath. After a while, Riko spoke. About his father, his mother, college, and the dream of becoming a software engineer to help his community. He spoke in fragments, voice breaking, but Keanu didn't interrupt. He listened. "I was going to end it one winter night, but I was scared I'd die and no one would even remember my name." Silence fell. Then Keanu placed his chopsticks down. "I know that feeling. I lost the woman I loved, my wife, and our unborn child, both gone within a year. And I asked myself, what's the point of living on?" Riko looked up. For the first time, he saw a celebrity speak like a human being. No glamour, no masks. Just a soul that had once been shattered. "I chose to live," Keanu continued. "Not because I'm stronger than anyone, but because I wanted to help others avoid the pain I went through." To Riko in that moment, Keanu was no longer just a movie star. He was a mentor, a friend, a mirror Riko never knew he needed.